guys have been adventuring in Toivoa. And most recently, you guys have been traveling all over the damn place, but have made your way to Enland Point. And that's way over here, which could be referred to as a wretched hive of scum and villainy. And oh, I lost Enland Point. Where did Enland Point
Looks
go?
like a real cool party town.
Yeah. So, you guys last week went and tried to do some trading and managed to talk to one Vanilla Thistletop and have decided to go and meet up with your contact Skius Cross at the Copper Lobster or the Rusty Lobster. I'm sorry. And that's where you guys were about to walk to. You guys saw the door. Are you guys ready to go in, or is there something you guys would like to do before doing so?
I just want to knock it out ahead of time. My Sirenscape isn't working right now. I might need a restart.
They just did an update just now on the hour, and I'm
Interesting.
rushing trying to get it back up and running because it just kicked me out.
It's no biggie. Just let me know if I need to re-download it. Sorry. Oh, I hear it.
You hear it now? Okay.
I hear it.
Sweet.
I hear it.
I don't believe we have any business. Now's the time if anyone wants to detour, but we're already walking past the homeless guy, so we're pretty close to the X on the map here.
Rouge is ready to push forward. They got their shiny new armor.
What was that, Crystal?
Is everybody here? Or is it just
You are very quiet today. Can you?
Yeah.
Go?
Oh man.
I'm gonna have to turn you up.
1 second. That might be on my end too.
Yeah, you're like 50% volume.
Probably sounds like what your character hears when Coin tries to speak to them. It's like it's a big gap, big height gap.
Are you paying attention up there?
Is it getting better?
No.
It's about the same.
It's not much better.
Any better?
That was
Yes,
just a
that's
little
it.
bit better.
All
Yes.
right, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. We can actually hear you now.
I was having mic trouble earlier, so I'm like, this is gonna bite me in the ass. I know it. Okay. Cool. Is everybody here? Is everyone going in?
Everyone's together.
I believe so.
Up to you guys if you want to go in or not.
That's the decision right now. If anyone wants to detour or wait, now's the time. Otherwise, we're more or less walking to just go in.
Detour from getting paid?
Well, we already got paid what we
Come on.
needed. Still got to figure out this towboat situation.
Every piece
Aye.
of gold is valuable.
We can get paid more.
Exactly.
I can think of a few ways we could have gotten paid more.
Have fun later.
Like what?
Coin just gives you a side eye. He feels it does not need to be said.
Are there gonna be dancers in this place? Because that might determine who goes in.
I would hope something you have more self-control.
You know, Crystal, I thought that was like a one-time affair type of thing. I didn't know you were ready for round 2 already.
Hey, if any of you want to sit out here with the hobo, that's fine with me. I can just knock out this deal.
The hobo. Oh, I thought that was Coin.
You thought the guy we walked by was me.
Sorry.
Really? I thought it was your date. Thought he was waiting for you outside.
Ooh, burn.
Look, we can butt heads later. Let's get this deal done with.
Coin seems ready to walk in. He's I assume, walking through the door now.
Okay.
Rouge follows close behind.
All right. So as you guys walk through the door, It's a bit of a wonderful scene as you guys walk in, and it's hustling and bustling. Quite the crew going on at the moment.
Coin looks
So,
around, trying to identify person we met by the boat earlier.
okay. He's hard to miss with his bright red hair. He's standing off to the side, got a table waiting for you. He's standing next to it, not sitting. And he waves at you, gestures to the table, and he moves to a specific bench that is kind of low towards the ground, that looks about one person wide, and he pulls it out for Crystal.
Thank you.
And
I can't help but notice that you only got one table.
He smiles all the way to his jaw. You understand that privacy is important, and the table does seat 10.
I guess it might make this first part a bit easier.
Indeed.
Coin looks around and he'll gesture back to him.
Do you think privacy may be an issue here? Because I
He
might have
smiles.
something to help, but I don't really know this place like you do.
He again smiles and reaches into his coat and pulls out a small, flat purple gem that you will recognize and puts it on the table. You have one just like it.
Coin doesn't really say anything. He just looks and he's like,
All right, you got it covered. I would
After
add it
all,
covered too, but as long as it's covered, we're good.
he nods, knowing that you have one.
just like to be useful.
Oh yeah. He smiles, and so I believe we have a significant amount of business to discuss.
Yeah.
We will have some friends
urgent.
joining us in a bit, just as a preparation for their arrival. Do not be startled when they do arrive.
As long as you've checked them.
He smiles, and you get a little flash in his eyes that he doesn't have to. He trusts them.
Yeah.
Um,
So Coin
But
will
yeah.
sit down at the table, presumably like across from him, but maybe, whatever seems like not uncomfortable.
okay,
He's not picky about it.
cool. On the table, there is already food. There's a variety of platters. Your individual plates are empty, but it's kind of like a family-style dinner. There's all sorts of seafood, vegetables, fruits, etc. Lots of great food. And you're encouraged to serve yourselves. And he pulls a lobster out of a bucket and puts it on his table and on his plate, and slowly begins cracking it open. So, we discussed that we were to dispose of the unfortunate barge for you,
Well,
along with the creatures.
well, you'll be getting rid of the boat. The creatures, that's kind of what I'm curious about. So,
Is it really a disposal?
Getting rid of, not a disposal.
Well,
That's what
you're
I
not
wanna hear.
disposing of the creatures, are you?
We're disposing of the werebear, yes. The vampiric cave bear, yes. We want to get rid of that one.
if I'm getting paid for something, you can dispose of it afterwards.
We're only disposing of the one. The rest you are getting paid for.
We wouldn't really get money for the bear. We might just get
Most likely you would
another
get,
warrant.
He smiles. More like you would get a new disease. And he insinuates that you would be catching lycanthropy or vampirism or both.
Damn, both.
Yeah,
It's
go.
not pleasant what that can do to a person.
Yeah, go watch the Underworld series. All right.
Not that,
You
not that
live
we're in any
forever.
rush.
Or die a bunch of times.
I already saw you high on frenzy, Saphira. I don't want to see you a vampire and a werewolf at the same time as well.
Let's not start a collection.
Well, you wouldn't see me because I wouldn't have a reflection.
Coin will turn back to the gentleman. I don't think we've gotten a name, but Coin doesn't bring that up. He just says,
So, not that we're rushing to get out of here or anything, but I gotta ask about the timeline of getting these animals rehomed, disposed of, whatever you plan on doing with them. Is that something you'd plan to pay us forward for, or keep in touch for later?
I appreciate your forwardness. No, we would not pay you beforehand. Fortunately, it's already post haste, as the process has already been completed. And he will reach behind him to somewhere that you don't see and produce a bag of coins that go on the table. It's
Coin
a
will look at
big
it.
bag of coins.
Coin will look at it
Mm-hmm.
and it'll say,
So, that's our cut, right? Or is that the full profit off of it?
No, that is definitely your cut.
Right. Now, I'm just eyeballing it because I haven't looked in, but, I'd be doing myself a disservice not to ask how much you got for them.
He smiles. You are indeed a crafty businessman. We
Well,
took 5% off of the price.
right. Which would be.
Oh, well, in that bag you will find 8,000 gold pieces.
Crystal's
Would
trying to
you-
do math on her fingers.
would you expect Coin to need a check on if that seems like in the ballpark? Not that he's an animal expert.
1,000.
So you're saying you
How many
sold the thing
fingers
for
do you have?
170,000 roughly?
I'm sorry?
You're taking 5%? I'm confused.
He's not the mathematician.
Are
He's
you
not
saying
the
you're
math
taking
guy.
5% of what you got? Or are you paying 95% of what you got from the and Roos is like looking
They're
up and he's
taking
like,
5% from us, buddy.
oh, okay, that's fine. That's a pretty good deal, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, if they're only taking 5%.
So I
Yeah.
didn't get a chance earlier. Do you think Coin would have an idea? It maybe even a skill
Just roll
check.
intelligence. Yeah, just straight intelligence check. Because I don't have an appraisal in 5th edition. Yeah,
I
with
gotcha.
a 16, and we can add your proficiency on that because it is coin. But with the 16, yeah, you would know that you're a little shortchanged on this. Up to you if you'd like to negotiate with this individual or not.
Coin can tell he's getting a little underballed, but he considers the fact that they're willing to fix our ship, which I would assume, evens out. If anything, they're still kind of coming down. Like we're coming
Yep.
up here, so he doesn't
Fixing
press
your
too
ship-
hard.
Fixing your ship would have cost about 4,000 gold pieces.
Right. So Coin's gonna look at it, and he'll say, he'll open it up and look, and he'll
Okay.
say,
All things considered, we can work with this.
Very well. I appreciate your candor and trust. It bodes well for future negotiations.
Doesn't hurt to knock it out ahead of time. Just get
Indeed.
everything dealt with.
You'll find 800 platinum pieces in there. They're easier to transfer than gold.
So Coin will I don't know if so for reference we have the gem of discretion up. We can pull out the money and split it if we want.
Mhm.
We don't have to worry about it. So
The
Coin
only
won't
person you would have to worry about is this guy, and if you trust this guy, yeah.
Coin won't do that, but anyone else is welcome to reach for the bag. So Coin is gonna say to him,
So, I didn't get the full detail on this, but my ship's covered in ropes, and I was told something about a second phase, and I'm wondering if maybe you could fill me in a bit more than my colleagues have.
The ropes in question were made by an artisan from Nausea and Ryport. He's a gnome of quite some import there, quite the merchant. Very crafty individual, a little devious. Tends to
Who isn't these days?
he tends to deal with puns quite a bit. But the ropes are magically enchanted in order to trap anyone who triggers them.
Coin seemed a little disappointed when you said he's into puns. He's like,
Oh, he's one of those. Right. Okay. So what about the I don't know, the bottle, the little vial that Bryn was given?
Uh, Phase 2. Phase 2 would be trapping the boat with a more lethal load, just in case our mutual acquaintance were to return.
Right. Oh, okay. So it's a preventative measure. It's not something we necessarily have to plan for or expect.
It, mm,
Not that we don't
I
have to expect it, but it's not
I
a
would be
pertinent thing.
disappointed. I believe we would both be disappointed if our mutual friend did not, at any point in the future, attempt to recover what had been, at one small point in time, their property.
I think it's important to ask for us then, since we seem to have a last-ditch effort here. What's the contingency, our insurance, if our ship gets burned down? Well, we're going to be given a replacement, right?
He smiles very broadly at you. Yes, our ship would be replaced.
Preferably without us having to go commandeer it ourselves, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess.
You would at least receive assistance in such an endeavor.
I think that's fair.
So you're saying if the ship gets busted, you'll have her back?
If the ship gets busted, I will have your back. Yes.
We won't be left out to sea.
Sounds
Point-
reasonable to me.
Coin seems
Should
like
we
he
be left out to
freezes
sea if
after
we don't
saying
have
that.
shit?
From what I understand, being left out to sea relies solely upon your ability to drive the boat.
I'm ashamed of myself for even saying it.
Coin dislikes having made a pun.
Jordan does. Oh man, that was so funny. I need to give him inspiration for that one. Spirit inspiration for the whole elevator. All right. But no, the alchemical fire that we provided to Bryn was intended as a sample of how serious we are in ensuring that our mutual acquaintance, who we will not name, remains out of business regarding this specific vessel and hopefully future vessels.
Yes, God, please. I'm so done with with the extra passengers.
Did you not enjoy her presence?
I would have dropped her like 4 islands ago if it was my call.
My understanding you went to 3 islands.
Who's counting at this point?
Oh, okay.
I thought you were.
Not important, Ruzid.
With the
You had the map.
It's not important, Ruzid. Hey, I don't.
Okay, well, I guess
nu-
the map is really worthless after all, huh?
I don't number them, buddy. I just mark them. That's not counting.
And you call yourself a map maker? Seriously?
Well, why don't you make your own map and you can number them 1 to 10, and then you can sail through all of them.
I'm not stupid
order.
enough to try.
Or you can buy one of mine. Or you can just rely on mine.
Boys.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I wasn't talking to you. She
Well.
puts her hand out for Skias.
He puts his hand out and allows you to hold his hand gently as he holds yours with just his forefinger and thumb.
So what else is on our docket?
Is there any
Well.
update about Leaf?
Ah, indeed. You come to the topic at hand. Mr. Natchleaf, yes, Larry, as he is like to be called. We've
Larry?
heard. I'm sorry?
You said Larry? He likes to be
That's
called
what-
Larry?
Larry?
That is what he likes to be called.
Is that like a
His
code
mama
name?
called him Natch, and his daddy gave him Leaf, and he just chose Larry?
He chose Larry
Natural
because he
Larry.
does not like the He does not like the name Natch Leaf.
He doesn't like to stand out in the crowd, does he?
No, he prefers to kind of blend in.
Yeah, Larry sounds
Um,
like he'd be good at that.
I have trouble
Apparently-
feeling
Good.
getting my blood up to go murder Larry.
Natch Leaf, the individual in question, has used that name. And when he left your ship, he apparently contacted a friend of his underwater in the form of a Sahagwin tribe. I believe you guys met them later.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Huh.
Serve them
Match
right.
is one word for it.
He's been spotted here in Inland Point and is actually part of the reason that we need to meet and why you were contacted in the first place. And helped out of prison. We need a group of individuals who have, how can I easily say this, plausible deniability.
Well, we're nothing if not a plausible group.
I've denied quite a bit in my life.
Yeah, me
Crystal's
too.
like doing math on her fingers again.
Been feeling slightly less denied lately, though.
So you
The
just
ish-
you want us
Good.
to be your bloodhounds then? Is that what you're asking?
Bloodhounds, investigators, enforcers of wills in ways that we cannot affect ourselves.
So
And,
we're like hired dogs.
Larry,
Not hired, but employed.
Larry,
Employed dogs.
you've told us a little bit about him, but what is it exactly you want? What is his danger to your operation?
Well, that's fairly obvious. He was able to frame the six of you in order to get a robbery done in Nausea. He was able to sneak an entire boatload of frenzy onto the Nausea docks before you arrived, and we had to deal with the distribution of that, which has been negated at this point. Hence why the boat
wait.
was empty when you arrived.
So Larry's why I couldn't finish my corn dog. All right, this is personal at this point. So you know if he's in the area, right? This is a day walk. Is this a week?
We believe he's in the area. However, there is a complication. You must understand that Natch is connected, very well connected. The job that my associate Gerard had you do on Crab Island was just the tip of the iceberg. The organization that was dealing with the frenzy is known as the 12 Spiders.
Spiders.
It's a lot of legs.
It is a lot of legs, indeed. They are a criminal organization based out of the country of Shu, which is
Shoe?
a matriarchy. Yes, matriarchy. The country of Shu. I will put it on them. Put the map up here because it's fun. I'm not sure if I actually have the new version of the map for you. Let me get the new version of the map. Where is it? Here we go. There we go.
It's always about the corn dog.
So, yeah.
Got to draw your line somewhere.
The country of Shu is up here at the top left.
Not the corn dog.
And you
Oh, I
guys
thought
are
that was
currently
called
doing-
Shao.
It is pronounced Shu, but you may call it Shao if you wish.
There's not really a key on a map. For
Oh, make sure to put that on your map
There's usually a key
coin.
on a map.
a translation or a pronunciation. I
Yeah.
understand. If only we knew a cartographer who could create maps that had a pronunciation on them.
I think there's a market for that.
I believe so too. It would
Coin
explain things
pulls
such
out
as
his map and starts
it would,
scribbling how to pronounce shoe on it.
it would explain things such as a Bexar County, etc.
Actually, Coin will pull out a blank map and sort of replicate his existing one with the pronunciations.
Okay,
Because I'd imagine it would take up a lot of space, and he wants
sure.
to clean them up. But yeah, he's got
It
a
also-
pronunciation map.
Cool. It would also explain places like Illinois.
Illinois?
Illinois.
That sounds fancy.
I
Well, that
I
one
hear
seems
those
obvious
who,
to me.
I hear those who speak that dialect get quite annoyed if you pronounce it Illinois.
Uh,
There's also Michigan. I don't know if you know Michigan, but Michigan is another place that has another horrible pronunciation. We need cartographers with pronunciation, that's for sure.
well,
Yeah, where would
you know one person to come to.
He says as he finishes up his map.
So, the issue with the 12 spiders is they are working on propagating this drug frenzy across all of Toivoa, and they have a foothold here in Enland Point because, frankly, the government has not quite been established well here.
Yeah.
While Rhineport is a bastion of legal and civilization, Enland Point does not have guards.
Yeah, I think
Save for
the
a couple.
quality of the public road gave that away.
Yes. The couple guards you will see are self-appointed vigilantes.
I hope they don't all wear
Mental
metal
note.
gloves.
He looks at you curiously. Why?
Well, you haven't seen anything? Well, she did say it was the first time. I don't know. There just seems like a lot of wild cards in this town. Never know when, gloves might get mashed.
He looks at you very curiously. I have no idea of what you're speaking.
I mean, I can explain it. I don't want to sidetrack our business. So that's up to how curious you are. And how willing you
I'm
are to pay
very
me to tell you.
For this story, it sounds like worth a gold piece.
Coin nods his head.
All right. Yeah, one of those little shops we went to.
Out of character, blanking on the name. What was it? The
Fanny?
fantasy place.
Fantasy shop or something.
It's fantastic.
I think it was Fanny's. Yeah, it's Fanny's. Yeah, a fan of dragon's blood over there. Looks like she'll just
I've
take
heard.
shots with someone. I don't know how much you know about dragon's blood, but
Enough
if you're-
not to imbibe.
if you're ever walking on that street, just pull them off. That's all I'm saying.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah.
He looks at you curiously. Is he okay? As he asks Crystal.
Depends on the day.
Coin has no expression on his face.
And who's driving?
That is really important.
Well, she got one thing right.
So the issue is that the 12 spiders have established a foothold here at Inland Point, and we need to remove them from their current establishment.
Got any info about their whereabouts?
We do, actually. We know exactly where they are. They are currently beneath a bookstore just on the north edge of town. It's a small bookstore. It's essentially just a front for a stairway that goes down.
So, know anything about their tactics? Anything that we should know if we're going to try to take them out and get them out of this city?
You are very wise to ask. I know much about their tactics. Yes. but I know someone who would know more about the tactics, and they should be arriving momentarily. While they are arriving, do enjoy your food. Um, as far as things you should know about the 12 spiders and what you will be expecting when you arrive. The country of Shu is a matriarchy, and they are very adept in magics along with swordplay. They tend to use slashing weapons in the forms of weapons known as wakizashis and katanas.
Interesting.
They deal with poisons. They deal with very quick tactics. So be cautious when exploring the facility because you may find yourself ambushed before you know it.
Poisons, eh?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not too
Remember
worried
we got
about that.
supplied potions last time we were out on an endeavor. I wonder if there's any potions that would help us resist some poison.
There are. However, I am completely out of those kinds of supplies. Perhaps our other guest will be able to provide you with more supplies of which you need.
I've got a few of my own questions.
Yes.
So, you say they're using a bookstore as a front. I just want to make clear so we know when we're walking in the door, for whoever's working that front desk, are they just recruiting some kid off the street, or do they have a guard standing at the register?
The individual at the counter is not in the know. He is simply told that if someone is there to order one of the special volumes, he is to allow them through the curtain.
Right. And one other thing,
It
just so
sounds
we
like
get.
an accident could happen real easy.
It's good to ask ahead so we know not to just go swinging on the newspaper, boy. So, next question. Wouldn't hurt to get this out of the way. What's the payout on this one?
Our favor, of course, but I understand that financial means are important. So,
Well, favor is not gonna heal the slash on my back if we walk out of there limping.
oh no,
It's not
no,
gonna
it
pay
wouldn't.
for very much at all.
No. How much would
Immediately,
you?
anyways.
What would you consider a fair price?
Coin's gonna think about it for a minute, remembering the island we just did. They paid 1K per. I imagine this is a smaller operation because it's not a dedicated island. Coin's gonna ask. I don't think it's been answered.
Do you know how many people are down there? How big of an operation are we gonna have to break?
That's a loaded question.
I don't need a
Here
hard
she is.
number.
Here she is. One moment. And walking through the illusionary barrier and sitting at the table is this woman.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, howdy.
Greetings. I understand you've been contracted by Skias here to deal with the 12 spiders?
Yeah, well, that's what we're discussing, and I'm told you might have some more supplies or information that might help us.
Absolutely. And she reaches behind her and she pulls a little trolley through the illusionary barrier. And the trolley is loaded with 2 crates, one on top of the other. And she says these supplies should suffice. I heard through the barrier, which is going to really jog your questioning at the moment, because you've got the gem of discretion up, that she's
If you heard
hearing through the
anything, it's not a
barrier.
very good barrier.
Right. No, she heard through it. That you asked how many people were located within the facility.
Coin
And-
whispers to
yeah.
like Ruzid and Tati.
We should have just used my gem.
Skias is correct in answering that it is a complicated question. People less than 100, closer to 50.
Okay, that's
Um,
something to work with.
That's kind of some.
in addition to things that you and I would not classify as people.
Ooh.
You must
Sounds
understand
fun.
that the matriarchs of Shu are diverse in their interests and their alliances with extraplanar beings.
Coin's thinking about the island we just did, trying to sort of do head math of how many we went through. I think it's hard to count because Bryn just one shot a room, so I didn't get to count.
Yep.
But it was probably like what, only people inside like 30 at most.
Yeah. Grand total of people on Crab Island was 24, including down below.
Jeez, yeah. So Coin's gonna say,
Even if that's like a highball, you're sending us into a lot more than what we were even doing a few days ago.
Correct. I believe that you proved yourselves worthy and capable of doing so. So, with these supplies here, you were
Well-
about to negotiate with Skias a price.
Exactly.
What exactly are the supplies?
Potions of varying types.
so keeping in mind, we technically got paid like double, right? I think our actual number came out to like 2,000 per person.
Yep.
We were offered 1K. So Coin in his head is initially probably thinking we're due in for about 2,000 each, but they already paid us 2,000 each, so could they be pushed a bit higher? He doesn't want to like overdo it, but he's gonna say,
Based on your rates and our returns, I feel like for that much risk,
I'm gonna run it by you, Eric.
Mhm.
Before Coin does 2,500
Oh.
per. Is that in the
Ye-
ballpark? Of
Why
pushing
are you letting
it-
past GM, Eric, instead of just asking this lovely, very pale lady?
Because of the pale lady. I mean,
You
I
don't
don't
want to piss her off?
Just do like an insight check.
because she
You
might
can't
be
fuck
someone
that
that's
up, right?
intentionally
Yeah, you
haggling
can, you
you
can
down,
do an insight check if you want to ask GM Eric. You can just do an insight check.
I guess.
Coin, are you scared?
I'm-
no, but I am
Coin, we need a strong negotiator.
losing my patience.
If you
This
don't
is
hurry up,
where-
I'm gonna take charge. If
Coin's
you
not
don't wanna
asking
see me
her-
negotiate.
because he assumes that she might be in a position to want him to get a lower price. He's
The-
thinking they're working
yeah.
together.
I do have to explain the situation right now. 5 out of the 6 people at the table know who this is. Rosie's the only one who doesn't, and so this is epic for me.
Yeah. Well, that too. I am a little intimidated.
Good.
I still
So
hear
roll
the
an
last
insight check.
campaign.
Yeah. Roll an insight check, please.
Sure.
Fortunately, we're in a different world now, so things have slightly changed. You
Alter
don't
ego.
know. You don't know.
Really?
You want to try for 2,500?
Well, I don't know. Coin's thinking-
Do it.
after
Hold
on.
Ruth had offered their like potential negotiating, and then they
Hold
get an
on.
insight
'Cause
check.
when it comes to money, Coin's very serious.
Yeah, you do
You
have
might-
advantage on it.
No, he might even flip a coin in there while he's thinking
Okay.
about it. A little shimmer
Yeah.
comes off the coin as it
Let's
flips,
do it.
and then he.
Sure.
Well,
Okay.
hard to
Um,
work with.
You're not going to insult her with the offer.
Okay. Coin is because technically we were paid even more than 2K per. We also had like what 4K left over.
Yeah.
Coin's
just feel-
actually
Oh,
going
go-
to. So the table. I don't imagine Coin can just turn his head and whisper. Is it?
You sure you can?
I was about to whisper, so probably.
Okay, well, Coin seems in thought for a moment, and do you have anything to say? Because
Yeah,
coins.
Ruse goes up to Coin and whispers, what price are you thinking of? Ruse is feeling a little bit covetous right now.
Well, we could probably push him a little bit. I got a hard poker face over there. I feel like we can get 2,500. I'm wondering if we can get maybe a little more off it.
What does Ruse think about that 2,500 with her insight check?
You wouldn't be insulting her.
Okay.
Remember,
I think
this
it's a good
person is
starting
very
point.
good at a poker face.
I think it's a good
Lady
starting
Gaga
point
would
for
be proud of this woman.
negotiations. I don't think we're gonna upset them with that.
Thank you for reaffirming what I just said.
I mean, what's wrong with agreeing with you?
No, I appreciate it.
He seems
Happy
genuine in
assisting
saying.
them.
Coin's
Say
like,
he
this
seems
is Ruse.
genuine, but
I think
Coin
Coin
and Ruse are
realizes
never
like
genuine with each
I'm
other.
not. I don't think Coin expects Ruse to like magically give the number of like, oh, you can get 3K. So he's like, you know what, you're helping.
All right, thanks.
And he'll turn back, and he's going to say,
Well, based on what you had us running through and what risk we're going through, I feel like there's probably room for us about like 2,700 per person.
That's a considerate offer. It really is, considering the danger that we're putting you through.
I figure you could count it as 2 favors as well, in exchange for my generous offer.
I was thinking significantly less. I was thinking more along the lines of 1,800 per person, of course. And of course, we would provide you with special enhancements to your ship.
Enhancements.
I'm sorry, to the ship.
Unless you can give
Cruise
us
control.
more details on that. I feel like you got us in a place we're not familiar with. The ship that you promised to build up has ropes around it that could burn it down at any time. I feel like it would be hard for us to go under 2,400.
Oh, 2,400. Thank you for being willing to negotiate so low. Ah,
That's
I
with the
suppose
second
they can-
favor thrown in.
Of course, a second favor. A second favor's not off the table. Not at all. In fact, let's go ahead and put
You could
the
drop
second
that,
favor.
but I'm gonna need a
Let's
bit more
place
off
this-
the coin then.
Let's place the second favor directly on the table. Let's just include that for now. But let's go ahead and raise the price to 2,000 gold per person.
2,000.
I think
No
that's a pretty
offense.
good offer, Coin.
That's 12,000 gold up front.
What
with
I'm trying to keep
no
in mind
job
is
completed.
you're asking us to do a job double, the one we just came from, which you already paid us in that ballpark. So to be asked to get paid the same thing, you're throwing in a favor. I won't deny that's not something, but I still don't know you well enough to fully gauge how much a favor's worth.
She reaches out her gloved hand to you for you to kiss her hand. My name is Leslie.
Coin.
Coin just like shakes it. He doesn't kiss it.
She smiles and rotates the hand into a handshake, which she just does the one pump before pulling back.
There you go.
Well,
So,
doesn't really change the favor situation, but I
no, I
Yeah,
understand.
forwardness.
Now, we paid you only after completion on the last job. I'm willing to pay you 12,000 gold up front prior to completion, along with a gratuity after the fact. Would that be acceptable?
It's still. I could not, in good conscience, put us in that much danger for something that wouldn't net us above what we got, and we're still walking out. Pitney Bones could sink our ship while we're down there.
I will
800's not going to do
personally-
much for us.
I will personally guarantee the safety of the ship for your return. I will put it on my own personal responsibility that the ship will remain intact and available for your return.
Coin's
I
gonna
like
think.
this idea.
Coin's gonna think for a moment, and he's gonna say,
You promised enhancements on the ship. Could you throw in Could you throw in another figurehead that's shaped like a big coin?
No, no, Coin. What are you
The
gonna do
fuck?
with Skinny?
I like the figurehead already.
Skinny can hold the coin. I don't really care where the coin goes. I'll throw it on the side for all I care.
That really came out of left field. I was not expecting.
Miles, if you wish to have a talisman emblazoned upon the side of the Changemaker, I can do that.
I like that idea too. Listen, I like Skinny, but this kind of opportunity doesn't come up much.
Would you like to do that, Bryn? Because as you hold the wand of Identify, even without activating it, you feel a draw towards directly between Coin's legs.
That checks out.
All right. So,
"It's just Grung Heart."
Grug Heart. Yes.
I don't know their anatomy well.
I'll have to draw Grug Anatomy at some point. Pitney Bones apparently knows all about Grug Anatomy. Based off of the cabin.
Yeah,
Our grungs in the books.
knows how to illustrate it too.
Yeah.
Maybe
so,
Bryn did learn that from the Tale book.
Oh, damn. Short tail. Stop it. Damn it. Trying to get a straight face here. All right. So, as this individual negotiates with Coin, she has promised you a new talisman on the side of the ship. She's promised that the ship will remain intact. She's going to give you 2,000 gold ahead of time and two
Well,
favors.
1,200 ahead, right? 800
No.
later.
12,000 ahead. That's 2,000 each.
Oh, okay. All right, I misheard.
Yeah. 2,000 gold each ahead of time.
Gotcha.
And we'll go ahead and the only thing that we'd like you to return to us from the facility and not to keep for yourselves is any documentation regarding Natch.
Coin thinks about it.
Everything else in the facility is yours.
Coin is nodding his head as he agrees. He's thinking to himself. He doesn't say it.
I could probably get them to clean up that Pitney Bones room and paint the ship too, but I might be pushing my luck on that.
So he's gonna just respond like he's getting 2K for everyone, a couple fix-ups on the ship. I don't think he's gonna push more. He's like,
Yeah, I think we can work with that.
Very well.
Coin will leave room for the party to interject if they have anything.
Does anyone wish to interject in the deal?
I feel like Ruzit was the only one who wanted to negotiate, and they seem pretty happy with the deal right now.
Okay.
Crystal's looking at Skias.
And he's smiling and looking at you and around at everyone at the table. He dwells on you, just kind of enjoying, and at some point he will actually feed you a shrimp.
Okay.
Weirdest
Yes,
business meeting I've ever been in.
Damon, you don't know yet. The party does not know.
I have a
Yes.
question. Not as part of the deal, though, so I didn't want to interrupt while the deal was still being confirmed.
Oh, one moment then. Let us complete the negotiations. And she reaches to her belt, which is very, very thin, little black lace thing. She pulls out a small pouch, and from it comes a rolled up piece of paper. She rolls it out and slides it to Coin with a pen that you don't know where it came from. And she offers you the pen, Coin.
Coin looks at it. I imagine does not really know what he's looking at. He's gonna say,
This isn't magic, is it?
She smiles, yes. And you look at the piece of paper. The piece of paper has the entire negotiation written down on it.
Coin's gonna put a hand up because he wants to read this paper before signing or even touching the pen.
Sure.
So he's gonna look
She's
through it.
simply
He's gonna
holds it there.
check the fine lines, make sure
Yep.
we're not citation like we own your soul or anything.
Sure. Roll an investigation check, please. You do find a couple small fine prints here and there, but they're nothing to object to. It's mostly just legalese.
All right. Coin will take a few moments reading it over. Once he gets the gist of we're not compromising ourselves too horridly here, he will grab the pen.
As you
He'll-
grab the pen, you're going to take 1 point of damage. And as that happens, a single drop of red blood falls on the parchment.
Do you have a different pen? One that's not snapped in half?
He smiles, I'm afraid not. And she takes the pen back.
I didn't sign up.
He looks down and sees the blood drop.
Yep, the
Well,
blood
that
drop
was close.
forms the name Sea Toad Coin.
And the change
not-
makers.
Not
Change makers.
not the kind of formality I like. So this is just all under me then, not my crew.
Coin doesn't seem too bothered. He just like it wasn't expressed to him. He's like,
It was
it's always a
understood that you were
responsibility.
negotiation for your party, so you
Coin
will
just kind of
receive a bit.
shrugs, and then he snaps his finger.
I should have asked for a table too. Damn it.
Here, by the way, let me fix that for you. She reaches out and touches your finger, and you were healed for 1 point of damage. And little black shadows wrap around your finger.
I could have just signed it. Good for my word, but whatever.
I understand. I'm sorry that I'm not quite as trusting as you are.
Coin doesn't know how to decipher that, but he does
Take it
remember
as you
it.
will. Yeah, yeah.
No, I just made a deal with this person. That's great.
Now, as far as supplies, these crates that I brought with me are fairly well endowed. This is a crate of antitoxin and healing potions. You'll find that there are 12 antitoxins and 12 potions of healing.
Nobody get poisoned.
I'll just drink these ahead of time once we are about to go in.
In the lower crate, you'll find 24 potions of greater healing.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So wait, what's the total here?
There's going to be 12 antitoxin, 12 potions of healing, and 24 potions of greater healing. There you go.
We
I'll
may
mark
as
that in.
well make
Mark
note.
that
I
back.
believe everyone gets 2k gold, right?
Correct.
So go ahead and
is-
add that.
She will slide a small wooden chest over to Coin. The chest is polished black, like stained black, very, very glossy, and has little red trim inlaid in the surface. And
Anything Coin can.
It's a little
decipher?
chest. It's just a little chest, very decorative. You open it up, and inside are the coins you've been offered.
Coin will put in a position the party can grab their shares. You know, make it known.
2,000. Don't overpick.
As he takes his own 2k and puts it in his own.
What's fun about this chest is the coins are actually set up in rows. Like they're not jumbled in the chest. It's very easy to just they're almost like rolled coins. You know, like poker chips in a nice case. Yeah.
They do the rolled coin scam where like the top one is like a really high value coin on the side, and then everything in the center is pennies.
I'm keeping the box.
A box is worth a good 20 gold by itself.
Nice.
I can still imagine that happening to us at some point in the campaign. Get the rolled coin scam.
We'll throw it in the bag of holding. So some of you will remember as a ground coin doesn't take poison, so just be mindful when we're splitting the antitoxins. I can put them in the bag of holding, but any of my share are essentially extra for the party.
Yeah, do we want to split up the potions now? I think it'd be pretty reasonable to do so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine.
That makes sense to me.
Okay.
And remember, you do have potion belts that you have to use.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
3 per, right?
Yep. Until you guys buy a bigger one.
I don't like this mechanic.
You don't like it?
I said I like it.
Oh, okay.
Pick some gall to just say that. I don't like having 3 potions ready.
No, I think it's a cool mechanic. I think it makes things interesting.
All right. One last check. So, just add 4 greater to regular to everyone.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, just also want to confirm because I added it to Bryn's sheet that the antitoxin was also split evenly, right? Like 2 to everybody and then an extra 2 in the bag of holding. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay, well.
Also, Eric, Walker asked me to attune to the headband of intellect at the start of session. Can we just say that he did that over the course of this meal? Would that work?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Great.
What color headband is it?
Ooh.
Oh God. Do we have
Life
a character
decisions while he's not here.
Make it pink. Hot pink.
card? Hang on, I'm gonna flip
Just
the,
make it.
I'm gonna
Crystal
flip the
was
art.
inspiring.
So they give it.
It was something that attracted her.
I think.
Technically, he
I
was
think,
wearing a green hat before, right?
Is he wearing green? Because I'm just seeing. So what I'm seeing is the art where I see the skin, the hair, and then like kind of a lavender background, which I think is a nice accent. So I was gonna go with lavender. But if he's wearing green clothes, I'm not gonna go with lavender.
I don't think
I think he was
green.
wearing. I think.
He had,
I think
no,
lavender.
He also has a green hat as well.
That's what I'm. He's not wearing a green outfit. I just recall him having a green hat we found earlier.
I think
So-
lavender's a fine idea.
He's got a green floppy hat in his inventory.
So he's looking down. What color is it? Just the basic like blacks and grays.
Mostly, I think. Yeah.
Okay, great. Then yeah, I'll go with like a lavender.
Okay. So he's now wearing a lavender headband.
Like
So-
well, like it's the headband itself. Sorry, is like a silver-ish, but it's got like a lavender inlet at the
Sure.
center.
Okay. Cool.
So
Alright.
I guess if we're getting paid forward, we should just go and try to get our equipment, purchase whatever we need now, and go and try to deal with these spiders. It shouldn't take too long.
Couple more questions just to knock it out. How do we get there from here? What's the directions?
The building in question is the last bookstore on the north side of town. You'll find it quite easily due to the body decor on the outside.
And once we're done there, where are we meeting up? Back
We'll
here?
be here. Here would be a great place, or we can meet at your ship, at the ship.
All right. Depending on the time, maybe you meet us at my ship. Maybe we'll meet you back here.
Smooth.
Very well. We will stay here. If you wish to meet us here for your gratuity, we will be here. Otherwise, if
When
we
we're-
find out you're at the ship, we will meet you there.
When we're done, we'll run by here. If you're not here, you can find us at our ship.
At our ship, yes, sir.
Well.
Now, I was answering some questions about the different individuals you'll be finding down there before we continued our negotiation, and I believe you, Tati, had a question to ask right after the negotiations ended.
It's actually the same topic. I understand Larry, aka Natch Leaf, is the source of our personal grievances. But as we attacked, or as we took care of the island with the
Yes.
with the frenzy and the dwarves, we became aware of a wider criminal network, and I understand there's someone going by a codename Butterfly, as well as someone with a codename Green Fang in the organization, and I was wondering if your organization has a better idea of the chain of command for these criminals.
She will give you a very knowing smile. Yes, we have heard of both of those. I would not call them necessarily criminal organizations, but definitely organizations which may have ties to criminal elements. What do you know of the Feywild?
Only what you read in books, and what my cousin told me before he died. But
Which
it's
cousin?
like a... One second. All the days not to have the fucking thing open. Liam. His name is Liam.
Liam, okay.
It was Liam.
It was Liam, okay.
Oh, it's just a land of adventure and magic, and it's not really a place for us, the Rendayas. I mean, we're obviously meant to be on this the material plane for the moment, and Imkale's realm in the afterlife. But some of my cousins are a little more adventurous and a little more naughty.
He smiles. I would like to get to meet your naughty cousins. But as far as the Feywild goes, the Green Fang has a fairly elaborate network of contacts there, and they are currently in the process of tracking some friends of mine, and any disruption to the Green Fang would be appreciated. If you hear the names Zoran Keltris or Cactus Allure, both would be names to be aware of regarding the Green Fang, and names that we would appreciate information on, and disruption of their pleasures.
Did they not work with Larry all the time? Was
No.
this just a...
No. You would consider them paralleled interests, not necessarily associates.
Given you know that Larry is the one who framed us, you know what his motive, how he found us to begin with. How did he know to single us out? Were we just easy targets in the area?
From what we understand from the agent, who you met in prison, yes, you were simply targets of opportunity. Apparently you appeared to be tourists eating from the touristy food and looking very lost in town. You were perfect patsies.
Tourist. I was doing business there, but whatever. It's not. We're past it. We're past it. All right.
Never
At
use
least that is-
passive alias.
I don't know if you're really doing business, more as fantasizing about business.
It's hard to
Please
do business when
understand-
you get thrown in a jail.
Please understand, these are what we believe Mr. Netch was would have thought of you, not our own perceptions.
That's heard.
So, about the butterfly.
Yes.
Do you know who it is?
We have suspicions.
Can I do, I guess, an insight check
Yeah,
on this pair?
absolutely.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
With a 9, it is very obvious that these two people are very similar to spies.
Mhm.
They are secret agents of secret agent land. You should be listening to secret agent music when talking to secret agents in a dome of secrecy.
Da-da-da.
Yes.
We
The guy with the golden gun will be by in a couple moments.
Ooh.
Kidding.
and I can I try to communicate with Coin telepathically?
Sure.
You can attempt.
I'm just gonna give Coin a look.
All right. The coin sees that you have looked at him.
I'm gonna look extra hard at him.
So just for note, I was writing up like a side RP message, so I might need it repeated what's getting conveyed.
He hasn't said yet.
Oh,
No.
okay. Okay. So,
I'm hoping
like, did I miss
Coin
something?
figures out. No, I'm hoping Coin figures out I'm trying to communicate with him and rolls insight.
well, Coin can definitely tell, like, she wants me to, like, what are you looking at me for? But he doesn't know what. Which will trigger an insight.
Okay. You probably know that she's trying to communicate to you in some way.
Well,
Oh yeah,
no.
no, that reaffirms it.
He turns his head to you. He doesn't say anything. But, like, he's reading, like, you're, like, do you not want me to say? Like,
Did she want
No,
not want me to
I feel
acknowledge
like-
it? Be very stealthy about this.
I feel like Coin knows Tati at least well enough to know that she's asking, I guess, permission to bring up a topic. And with a 19, I feel, especially since she's trying to communicate,
Yeah.
that Coin might remember that there were Shadarkai elves that we sort of didn't get rid of.
Yeah, Coin's going to he's gonna ribbit. He's gonna sit back, flip his coin, and it'll like catch it between two hands and sort of point him at Tati, sort of like a go for it gesture.
Cool. Then I will look back at Leslie and there were 3 individuals on Crab Island who slipped our grasp at the last second. They used a magic in the basement to disappear in front of us. All
That's
3 of them were
unfortunate.
Shadarkai elves.
Interesting.
Not my family.
Well, of course not. Why would they have been your family?
Some of them are naughty, but in this case, not.
Oh, I just got that.
He says, pointing at her.
She nods coldly. So you let 3 of them go through a magic portal.
Well, let them
And
go. They were it's sort of a
she
hostage
turns-
situation.
She turns to you, Coin, and her eyes are like ice. And we paid you the full sum without you mentioning it?
Our job was to clear out the island. The island was cleared. We made sure the records were dealt with. and not
True.
taken off. When we went there to lockdown was lockdown.
Her gaze gentles a little bit, but you do get the impression that she would have liked to have known about the escaped Shinarkai before now.
Yeah, Coin thinks about that. I recall we were told like it's sort of expected to kill everyone. Was it conveyed to us explicitly they have to die?
Yep.
It was. Ooh. Coin's gonna he's gonna stop for a moment. He's like, oh buddy, I gotta talk my way out of this one.
I'm just gonna like lean in between this awkward staring contest. Any idea who they are?
Ostensibly other members of the 12 spiders that you may likely have to engage with in the facility. If
Yeah,
they
let's
escape
let's hope
Crab
they're in the
Island-
facility. We'll kill them there, and then they'll be dead, and then there's no problem.
But
He
not
looks
the
at you.
butterfly.
She looks at you, Ruzid. You have a very creative solution to an interesting problem. I like it.
Yeah.
She'll reach out and pat you on the shoulder with icy cold fingers.
Hands off. You know, I would appreciate that.
Apologize.
You don't think they're the butterfly?
No. That I'm certain of. The butterfly in question is decidedly somewhere else.
Well, you know, Coin, I think things are getting a little awkward here. We might want to get on with the task.
Yeah, it seems
Go
like
kill
the
some
best
people.
situation forward. We work with the information and opportunity we have.
Let's make our purchases with that forward pay so we can make this more efficient, yes?
You can
He is
spend your money
crossed.
however you want.
Turns and the mention of purchases. By the way, if you do need equipment, here's an address. And he slides a slip of paper over to Coin. Simply knock on the door 3 times. The door will open. Enter. Place what you wish to pay on the counter. State your demands. And if it's acceptable, your demands will be met.
What happens if we knock 2 times?
Don't.
I didn't really expect an answer. All right, 3 it is.
And
You can
he
assume that
stands
applies
up.
to 4 as well.
He turns to you, and 5 is right out.
He nods.
Well done.
Coin will he'll push the paper over to the side so everyone else can read it as well. After he's like, he knows.
They are available after midnight, so I encourage you to be cautious until then.
Does the paper tell us where?
Yeah, it's a address about 3 blocks away. It's
Sure.
on your way. It's on your way north, so yeah, it's not far.
Gotcha.
How close is it to midnight?
It's about 10 o'clock at night now. So, if there's nothing else, I must excuse myself. It has been a pleasure having dinner with you, Crystal, and the rest of you as well. I wish you a wonderful mission. If you have needs before that, I encourage you to express them at that address. But I must be gone. Have a good day.
Regards
And
for the help.
he bows at the waist towards Crystal and stands up, turns, and with a little tiny bubble butt, walks away.
Crystal looks very disappointed.
You didn't pay for the food.
Leslie looks at you. He doesn't have to in this establishment.
Then we don't have to either.
Are you saying you own the
Indeed.
place or something?
She smiles. not me, but a friend of mine who appreciates our doing business here. So the meal is free.
All I needed to hear.
We'll take a bite out of like a fruit.
He smiles. Now, we've had enough business. Is there any conversation you wish to have regarding other topics?
Coin doesn't seem interested. He's just eating like an orange right now.
Are those marks on Skias's face? Is that a tattoo or like paint?
Oh, those are scales. You'll see, Skias is a Yuan-Ti, pure blood.
Oh, cool.
But as an albino, he has issues.
So what's your prime prerogative here? What's the bigger motive?
The bigger motive.
Yeah.
To establish law and order in Inland Point, to establish a government system that provides a reliable structure and civilization in the town.
Correct. But it's not it. And how much of that is power grab, and how much of that is righteousness?
Approximately 25-75.
Coin sort of gives like, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Could be worse.
She smiles. Indeed, could be.
And he finishes his orange.
How about you, Miss Latte? Did you have any questions or concerns?
Crystal doesn't really like this woman.
You're not supposed to.
It's good intuition right there.
Well, she does have the best wisdom score, right? Probably the best survival score as well.
The gut skill, the gut telling her.
Good skills.
What do you know about the Protectorate?
The Protectorate. Bothersome aristocrats and politicians that can decide that they own the waves and enforce laws that are arbitrary and meaningless to the rest of us.
Damn
They
right.
have to do with
You're
the
speaking my
drugs?
language.
Totally agreed.
Do they know what's going on with the drugs?
Likely, the Protectorate has their head so far up their own ass that I'm not sure they could find the shore if they tried.
Now that's the type of talk I like.
You can own land,
Realize-
but I draw the line at owning the seas.
Very well. I would
more like a
gladly
public
own
thing.
all the land.
Well,
And you get this cold shiver down all your spines when you said that.
Yikes.
Yeah, Coin didn't really think she'd go that hard in it, so he's just sort of like, yeah. That's just heavy.
Very well.
I get a question.
Yes. Yes,
How'd you-
Saphira.
How'd you do that thing with the... How'd you know my name?
It's my business to know my associates.
Hi.
You think that you got out of the prison in Nausea without assistance?
Hey, I just...
no, I just
Didn't
thought there
know
was
that
something
you
in the
knew.
water. Something just like froze up those guards. You're saying that was intentional?
He
Do you
smiles.
think it was accidental?
No, Coin's
She's-
being very upfront about like, duh, we were helped.
Yeah. She smiles. That was my work.
I maybe my second or third question of how you did that, but my first was going to be how. Well, my second now was going to be how'd you do that thing with the blood?
Many years of practice, lots of schooling, and a bit of negotiation.
Crystal's gonna push away from the table
Oh,
to create a little
shit.
distance.
Okay. She smiles at you as you do that little 2-inch backup as she nods at Crystal, understanding that she's giving you the willies.
I have an out of character question. It's probably
sir.
an obvious answer.
No,
So
go
like
for it.
it's a blood pact signature, right? If you ripped off
Lord.
the piece of the
Yeah.
paper where the blood is on, would it still work? Like, does it have to be attached to the greater deal, or
Let's
is it?
go ahead and say that Coin tries, because Coin would try, right? Just to find out.
Coin would
as
be
you-
curious how hard
Yeah.
of a lock this is.
As you tear the paper, it auto mends itself behind.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
She will not even look at you because she expected you would try.
Yeah, I don't think Coin's stressing it too much. She's like,
Well, if they have it that hard of a lock, then they know not to worry. Well,
Auto
damn.
fixing paper. There's an item old school D&D that's called auto mending, and auto mending paper is a wonderful object because you can actually burn it and it will fix itself.
Coin read the fine print, so he's just gonna push it forward.
Just get the job done.
It really does mean just this one job.
Yeah.
All right. So your other questions,
how does-
Kira.
Oh no,
Did
it's
you
just going to be how you froze all the people, but I assume it's more of the same.
He will nod. Yes, indeed. There are some magics in the world that are transmitted and have supreme control over the lifeblood of various creatures. Once you know how to access said magics, you can perform various effects.
Blood magic. Ugh.
Saphira, please roll a Constitution saving throw. Need you to beat a 24.
Let's see. Can I? No.
You
All
can
right.
totally do it.
Saphira,
Just missed.
your finger begins tapping the table in time with her finger, just for about 3 seconds. Just tap, 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 tap. And you get the distinct idea that she is doing dominate person, just for that effect.
So do you ever run into someone who doesn't have blood and you just think to yourself like, damn, checkmate?
She smiles. There are other ways around constructs and vampires. But you would not be wrong in assuming that it is more difficult.
Right.
Checkmate. Ew.
And then she leans in really close to where you can just smell her breath, which is like winter mint. And that's why it's good to have friends.
Yeah, it's good to have connections, I guess. You could step back, by the way.
Smiles at
Not-
you.
Not
So
this kind of
cold.
connection.
Yeah. Very well. I believe you have a job to do. If you do need anything else, I'll be here. Oh, it seems like he has forgot his gem. Whatever will he do? She picks it up and puts it right down the center of her dress.
Where
Crystal
it falls out
Seems
through
like
one of
my
those little
trick.
windows.
Shut up.
God,
No, it does not.
Pretty funny.
Those are lace windows. That's why they're gray. I worked hard to design that dress and have it arted up.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Thank you.
freaking like, ooh.
It's not sure it has pockets.
It doesn't have pockets. It doesn't need pockets when you're damn Leslie. She's just like interdimensional pocket right here. Yoink.
Ooh.
I like that one a lot.
Jealous.
All right.
Pockets.
I want
Just about pockets.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I will discuss that later. We're not going to go there right now about pockets. But
It's all good.
if you guys want to talk about pockets after session, let me know. I will talk about pockets. And there's
No, I'm
some
gonna wait
news.
until midnight, and then I'm gonna go to that secret room of nowhere and ask for pockets, and then put all my gold on the table.
Let's go. I'm ready to go to the secret room of nowhere. Speaking of,
All right. So, you guys are going to head out from the Rusty Lobster? Or is there anything you guys want to do here after she gets up and leaves?
We
Leaving
can finish
all
our
the...
food. Coin's not.
Yep.
He's ready to go, but there is food if you guys want
Finished
to.
their food.
Yeah. Well, it's left out there, so
We didn't
waste
really
it.
eat a lot while everyone was talking. That's what-
yeah, I'm pretty sure Ruzit probably ate like a lot while everyone was talking.
Except for Ruzit. Ruzit ate.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
before we
forgot.
go, should we split up the gold
Hey, Eric.
from the first job?
I thought we already split it up. Did we?
She said, yeah,
I-
they said everybody adds 2K.
You just
Hey,
wait.
no, that's
still waking
that's
up,
the second
Saphira?
job.
Oh,
Talking about.
I thought we
the
already split that up.
animals.
We have some left over in the bag that's like for everyone, but then we also split it up. I think 1,000 each, right?
So out of character,
Hey,
we have split both ones, but in character, Coin will say, assuming you haven't taken the second job, he'll push the box your way and say, "Take your cut."
Well, yeah, I was talking about the payment for the animals.
Well, was it conveyed? I think they said
We
like
are-
it's still getting sold, but they know.
No, they.
No, you got.
Oh,
you
they
got
paid
one.
that as well.
It's
Okay.
It's on
Yeah,
the
we got
table
the-
also.
Oh yeah, they
If you try to leave that purse
It has
behind,
the
Kathy's gonna take it with
800,
us.
Wait, so then
I'm
that's
glad you
eight-
mentioned-
that
I
was
wasn't-
8,000, right?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned. I wasn't sure if that was the payment in Eric retconned like how it was given. That was the animal one. You're right.
You guys got 8,000 gold so far for the animals.
Okay, we take 2 gold pieces and split them into thirds and give them out to everyone, and then give everyone 1,333 gold.
Oh, hold on. I should have asked him how much the animals that we didn't give them were worth. Maybe we could subtract that from certain people.
Oh my god.
Can we get over this already, Coin? What the fuck?
I'm just saying, if
If you
someone
keep this
could,
up, I'm gonna remember every slight that you've ever done to me, and it's not gonna be fun.
do you not already? I thought the last time I woke up told me
I remember them,
You
but I
do
don't hold
remember.
it against you every minute.
I'll
I
stop
can
holding
start.
it against you once we make the money back. Like right now, how much do you owe me?
Coin kind of like
If
He's
I give you
flippant
like,
about it. He's
if I
not-
give you 300 gold for my cup, will you just shut the hell up?
I'll never bring it up again, Ruzit.
Ruzit hands him 300 gold,
he takes it.
And puts it in.
and then he pockets the rest of the 1,030 gold
No,
for his cut.
well, actually, yeah, Coin puts it
is
in
this
the
for-
general.
Is this Ruzid paying Coin to shut up, or is this
Yes.
Ruzid putting the money back in the group pot?
No. This is Ruzit taking his cut, paying him 300, and then to just have him shut the hell up, and then putting the rest in his
Coin
bag.
accepts it, and then he puts it into the bag of holding. Was it ever conveyed to us? It probably was what they're doing in this place we're about to bust. Besides just like they're there, like are they making drugs there? Are they?
Pretending
Would
to
have been
run a
convenient to
bookshop.
ask that question, wouldn't it?
It would have been.
Nah, ask
They're-
questions
They're
later.
making weapons.
They're dangerous. They
They're
have
gonna walk
katanas.
in and it's gonna be all bombs.
It's a bomb factory.
That's Fanny's job.
I hope they don't make a habit of sending us to go bust drug labs. You know, believe it or not, I had a cousin who actually died from taking drugs.
Oh, what was his
Hey,
name?
what?
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Because he's a grung. But the thing is, he didn't take. He tried taking drugs from someone. Like he tried to steal them, and they killed him. I just don't
Hey,
want that to
listen,
happen.
very
Now.
wise.
What was
What
that
is it?
cousin's name?
His name? Oh, DMT.
DMT. Got it.
Hi,
Okay,
cousins.
I want to go to the room where you asked for stuff.
In this group.
Tati, weren't you getting excited about that?
We got 2
About-
hours to kill, right?
About what?
I mean, hasn't it already been a bit? Because they said 2 hours, but we were chatting as well
Yeah,
for a
guys,
while after that.
Whoa.
you guys can stay here or for another hour if you want to before going to the place.
Well, Bryn did try to pull a pocket out of the hat, so.
He did what?
Spoke
I mean, I
Oh,
was
did
mostly trolling Eric because that was mostly Damon casting a level 2 troll on Eric because Eric said I could talk about pockets forever. Don't make me talk about pockets. So I had Bryn reach into Presto's magic hat and say, "Oh, I'd love me a pocket. Please don't give me a locket. I just need one. Well, preferably 4. I'd like a pocket, please, and nothing more." But that was mostly just me trolling Eric.
So,
Or train
okay,
it.
so as you do that, out fall. Yeah, I tried to do this right. Out fall 4 pieces of fabric that have been folded over and sewn together on 3 sides.
There you go. Maybe we should leave this for Leslie next time so that the gem doesn't fall out next time.
Yeah, I was thinking that too when they did that.
So yeah, you now have 4 green pockets. You can put those on Bryn's sheet, and Walker will be confused at AF.
What does 4
I love it.
pockets mean?
He's gonna watch this back and be like, "Wait, we used the hat on that?"
Bryn now has a 7-slot potion belt.
That would be OP.
Not yet.
Let's go.
Not yet, he doesn't. Got to
Yeah.
figure out a way to attach the pockets to the belt.
Good point. Good point.
I love the fact that he's actually putting them on there right now.
Like, I don't want to troll him, so I'm making it seem like I'm adding it to his pouch, and I'm adding a modification to his pouch that his pouch has 4 extra pockets, and I'm kind of curious. You guys are going to tell me when and if he discovers it and is like, "What the fuck is this?"
Nice. All right.
So they said like they open at 12, right? So we're kind of just waiting.
Is there something?
You guys were given
here?
the name of a. Sorry, go ahead.
I just.
I mean, they said. Oh, go first.
No, I wasn't aware that we still had gear to get. I just.
Well, if you got paid ahead of time, I mean, I think it would be wise for us to just go and buy some stuff real quick before we go in. Be as prepared as you can, right?
It's an hour after we go in, so maybe.
I mean, we might as well get the maximum value out of them paying us forward. It's not for nothing.
I know that Bryn was. There are a couple of classes I didn't sleep through, and I can. I've got some scrolls in mind that maybe if we buy, could help us out on this mission.
Coin will
Well,
stand
they
up
did say
from
you
the
could ask
table.
for anything, so
We don't have to go if we don't feel like we have time. Just thought it might be. I had a couple of things that I thought might be useful for everyone.
Well, I'm not doing anything here, so.
well, I mean,
Door?
let's just start walking over, and maybe it'll. I mean, we might want to wait too long when we get there. I mean, it's already getting pretty late.
Wait, so since we got paid again, I get armor now, right?
Yeah, you definitely should get armor. I think I'll forward some money to you if you can't afford it yourself.
Aw. Thanks.
All right. So you guys ready to leave?
Coin's gesturing for the door. He seems
Okay.
ready.
Cool. Out you guys go.
Potions? Where are we gonna find a potion?
Is this whole town on fire?
There's no fire. It's just eerily lit.
Extra bright.
By fire.
Just a lot of
By fire.
lanterns. Technically, lanterns
Fire.
are just controlled fires.
That's a Kotra thing, not a Ruza thing.
Hey guys, cars, controlled explosions.
I'd say we could scope out the place, the bookstore, but it might be better to not let them see our face ahead of time.
Yeah, I think that's pretty unwise. Let's just make our purchases and then make our appearance.
The gear shop is on the way, right? It's not past the bookstore?
Correct.
All right.
Correct. The bookstore is the last bookstore on the north side of town. So you guys will find this address, which is down a dark alley on ground level, and there's a couple puddles. There's a couple rats that leave as you guys approach. Do you guys want to go down that alley?
Coins, well, before anything, Coin will say, I think we're, about 3 blocks out from the gear place. I don't know if they'll be open when we walk there, though.
They said they'd be open at 12. They open at 12.
So, another, hour? Here, hold on. And then he looks up, and is the moon out?
Yes, moon is out.
Can we...
Just barely.
Can Coin decipher, can he ballpark the time based on where the moon is?
Yeah.
He's
Based
gonna
off
make an attempt.
cartography skills? Yeah, absolutely. Roll survival. Yeah. You know you're about 10, 15 minutes away from when the place should be accepting visitors.
Oh, actually, we kind of are in range of it. Yeah, we could probably walk over there.
Let's get first in line,
15,
then.
20 minutes?
How far are we from the boat?
It was 8 blocks and then 3 blocks over, so 11 blocks. You guys could get back to the boat in a matter of 5 minutes or so.
Coin's going to say,
Anyway, I'm a little curious to make sure our boat's still there.
They guaranteed the safety of it, and those people look pretty tough, so I mean, I'm not too worried.
I feel like their definition of safety might be different from mine.
They paid us like 12,000 gold pieces. I'm not that concerned.
If that lady's
Okay.
there, I'm not in.
All right, but if I walk back and all the food that we had left there is just burned down underseas, they're replacing it.
Okay, well, you can negotiate that.
Food? They burned the food?
Well, they burn it, then they
Coin's just thinking of crazy hypotheticals.
then they sink it.
What?
Then they sink the ship, but the food's on the ship, so this food is also burned with the ship.
So you're concerned more about the food if the ship sinks? I'm
No,
confused here.
if the ship sinks, the ship sinks, but I don't see why my food has to also sink.
What?
Didn't you just eat?
It's the
Coin.
it's the principle of getting the food only to not use it. It's just wasteful.
Coin. This is stupid.
It's stupid.
Yes.
Coin seems like he's holding back something, and he says,
You know what? You want to just walk to the gear shop?
Yeah, let's go to the shop.
Why are you scared?
I'm not scared. None of you understand the value of getting food and then not using it. Like you've never owned a pantry before.
Can Crystal do an insight check on Coin?
yeah, go for it.
Why is Coin so wrapped up about the food?
Because he doesn't like wasting supplies. He gets stuff. I don't remember if he bought it. I think it was mostly given to us, but he's thinking that's money literally getting burned and sunk for no reason if he could just throw it in the bag of holding. But he's also thinking...
Are you going to
like-
go to the ship, or do you want to go to the alleyway?
No, because Coin understands he can get reimbursed for it, and it's not the end of the world. But he's just like,
Why even risk it? I don't understand.
he's flummoxed by why no one else understands, not by the fact that it's happening.
He's like, is this really that foreign?
Yeah.
You talk to somebody when you have these feelings? Like, do you have somebody to talk to?
I usually just talk out loud, and whoever's around me hears it.
Usually me.
Yeah, usually Rooted.
I'm very supportive.
That's very nice.
I don't-
Sometimes you can like take something for that too, you know.
I already... Ruzit like thinks about that for a moment and then shuts up.
I don't need to go back to the ship. We're going to the... It's easier and closer to just go get what we need right now.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So Coin is, assuming everyone's like moving as a unit, walking towards the gear place.
Cool. As you guys go down the alleyways, left and right, and come up to the alleyway in question, you pass the little rats that go scuttling away, and you find the door. Very nondescript, black painted wooden door.
We're a little ahead of schedule here. So, When you knock, knock 3 times, but don't knock for like 10 minutes.
Is that what they said?
Well, they said it opens at 12. I
mean,
don't
we
want
could
to
just
know
wait
what
here for a few minutes.
if something bad's gonna happen if I knock twice. I feel like something bad's gonna happen if I knock 10 minutes early.
Maybe I could try flipping some coins. Seems like a fun idle thing to try.
Passes the time for me. He says as he flips a coin.
Ruzid pulls out a coin from his pocket and tries to and starts trying to flip it, but do some cool tricks with it, bouncing it on his fingers or something, or trying
For
to.
an acrobatics check.
I thought it'd be sleight of hand.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, sleight of hand. Sleight of hand's good.
It's your first.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not your
Yeah.
first time, is it, Ruzid?
Well, I am gifted.
Maybe you are.
Okay. So you guys wait for how long do you want to wait?
Coin's going to he's gonna say, you know what? He's impressed with Ruzid's skills.
You want to have a coin off?
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess. I mean, we
he
can
holds
do
up
this
a
for a few
coin.
minutes. Let's not waste too much time. But yeah, sure.
He holds up a coin. He's like,
It's like horse, but with a coin.
Okay, so
and
how does
then
it
he's-
work?
So, each of us comes up with a coin trick, and the other has to repeat it.
Ah,
And
okay.
Whoever fails 3 times loses.
Okay, I got these.
I will.
You want to go first?
Yeah,
Where's the horse come in?
Coin will hold up his coin. Not lucky, but he's on a good roll with it.
It's not
And
horse,
he's
it's
going-
like horse.
It's a light horse.
It's more like pig,
Hey.
really.
And he's going to try and do I don't know what the term. Like when you spin a basketball on your finger. He's going to try and do that with a coin, spin it.
All right. Let's go ahead and put that at an 18 acrobatics. Or sleight of
Oh.
hand, sorry.
Ruzid tries to repeat. Oh, he failed.
Is it? Well, then I failed it.
Yeah.
All right. So playing
Ugh.
horse, or let's play pig. Pig's
That's
easy.
that's what I said.
It's more like pig, really.
Ruzid
Three
tries to
three
repeat the
tries.
trick.
Well,
Okay.
hold on.
No, you don't
Right.
have to repeat it. If I fail, then you just do your own.
Oh, okay.
You only fail if you can't do the other person's.
Ruzid
Yeah.
bounces the coin on each of the fingers on the right hand, doing some crazy little trick doing that. I don't know how to describe. It's hard to describe. I'm not a
Oh,
coin trick
it-
person.
It almost
coin
looks like
walk.
you have a frog hand.
So let's go ahead and get you to roll. That would be a DC 20. Let's do that. Okay. Your coin falls to the ground.
Damn it!
On the first finger.
Coin's
Mhm.
going to put the coin upright on his hand and have it sort of roll. He's going to put his hands out like an airplane and have it roll to the other palm. He's going to
Okay,
bend
cool.
over and then grab it.
Awesome. Let's do a 12. Cool.
That's your trick, buddy.
Oh,
You reduce
That one's
it.
easy.
All right.
I'm calling the rules a pig. I believe I make up another
You
one.
continue. Yep.
Coin's going to I'm out of character. I'm trying to think of that trick where you hold out a coin and then it looks like it disappears, but you flick it to the back of your finger.
Let's do a 14.
So he's gonna do yeah. 'Cause he's gonna make the coin disappear,
Mm-hmm.
and then it falls.
The coin splatters to the ground.
I'm not a magician. But you
Ruzid,
could try
what's
that
your
one if
trick?
you want.
He's
If
gonna
you
go for
succeed
round.
at
He's
the
gonna go
finger-
for round 2 of that weird finger, of the trick of bouncing on his fingers, because he's kind of upset that he messed up the first time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep, and
He's getting more upset.
That's a fail. Right?
Yep. So the two guys who are doing the coin tricks suck at it.
I don't
It's
think
usually
this
in
game.
the
I don't
corner.
think this is a good game to play right now. I'm getting a little embarrassed, honestly.
And that's why you won't get good at it.
He says as he revs up for another trick.
All right.
He pulls out two. He pulls out 2 more coins and tries to juggle them,
Okay.
3 coins.
Sure. Sleight of hand, and let's go ahead and juggling 3 coins. Let's do
Oh
a
my-
14. Sure. Clang, clang, clang.
Why are you guys just throwing coins on the ground? I don't get it.
Okay, I think this is a sign coin.
It's a game called Pig Crystal, and I think they're throwing them on the ground because that's where the pigs eat from. I don't